Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Ito, and I'm just going to be covering a couple of NERO Esports games for tonight. 3 demos are going to be on the plate for today, but I didn't get to catch them live, so I wanted to go ahead and try to stream them while I still had the chance before the demos become too stale. I actually don't really know the results of these games, to be entirely honest. I am kind of going by knowing by Nero's past form. Wow, SlaughterHouse. I cannot believe Core actually wins that knife round for them. Jeez. I'm just kind of going by past results, how Nero Esports have done in the past and so far this series. And SlaughterHouse, I mean, this is a team filled with a lot of players who I actually know relatively well. I'm not going to say I'm experts on them or anything, but, I mean, I know them a decent amount. I've casted them a couple of times. Yeah, what's up, Taha? How you doing? Just going to be trying to cover a couple of demos, and see what I notice from Nero. Because I always want to try to cover all of their games since I'm friends with a number of players on their team. Now, Grimsby, excuse me, is actually Crackshot for this game. I'm not sure if they've completely changed their alias to Grimsby for like the rest of their career or anything like that, but just want to go ahead and keep that in mind because Grimsby is sometimes a tough alias to say. You might see me actually saying Crackshot instead a lot of times. Anyway, for this first round, NERO Esports is going to be trying to pop in over towards B, find a couple of kills, but they're having a very hard time with that. As I go ahead and try to finish my thought, they're struggling to find much of anything. Luckily, Crackshot will find that first kill, and it will be onto Reaper. That's going to give them enough space to actually push down into the site, get that bomb planted. But a 2-on-3 from here, their positions aren't incredible. Ploki, I kind of feel like needed to find that kill, and the fact that he doesn't makes it so much more difficult. Severe has a kit, and that smoke toss out towards Banana now means that Grimsby has to go ahead and start the push on in, and NERO Esports, I'll be damned. They actually do get away with it. 2 versus 3, and they come out the victors without losing a single player further. That's definitely the start that you want, and I would not have been able to tell. I guess SlaughterHouse just were not watching that smoke despite them actually tossing it down and having a good idea that someone could be there. Good to hear, Taha. SlaughterHouse in this second round. We'll just go ahead and have a couple of force-up weapons here. You see the Mag 7, a Scout on Reaper as well. Otherwise pistols, but I mean they do have hopes that they can win this one out here. Severe has most money at 1,500. But I don't really see any of these members of SlaughterHouse finding too much success. Finally, that Mag 7 finds blood. It takes a while. Ploki, I feel like, should have gotten that kill. But it's, something that can be kind of forgiven for now. Ploki going down still means that NERO have 4 more players that they can go ahead and toss into the fire and try to take down a couple of more members. Severe is going to be the next on the chopping block for SlaughterHouse. And that'll be a kill right into JJ's crosshair. J-Tail waiting out over towards Boiler. Unfortunately, misses the initial shots of his duel. Loses that fight pretty anticlimactically. It should be that 2-0 start for NERO Esports. Not much to say about it otherwise. There was a good attempt from SlaughterHouse. I feel like with the Mag 7. Nice little shot from Maz, I also want to say. I feel like that Mag 7 had a little bit of hope towards Banana. That nade going down onto Reaper really, really hurt their chances, however. So, respect to NERO for dealing with that one quickly. Because of the force in the second round, that means that our boys in SlaughterHouse are not going to have enough money to buy into this third. And so you'll see nade stack come through. Probably just down towards mid. Maybe a push behind it. This could actually be real scary. Now that I look at it, look at this. NERO Esports, they might be running right into the nades. JJ becomes victim to all of them. J-Tail is actually able to find a kill elsewhere on the map. That's on to Maz. But I guess NERO Esports eventually will be able to deal with it, despite that collapse from SlaughterHouse not being half bad. 7 bullets, 13 HP, no armor, and no chance, quite frankly, for a Reaper. If they can get out of this without losing any more guns, that would be probably the best case scenario. Obviously, they don't want to lose any AKs if they can still possibly help it. Grimsby and Ploki having those on their corpses. Or not corpses. They're alive. There's Galeels on the corpses, if anything. But you can look forward into this 4th round. Perhaps one of these players, I would say Severe, Maybe he's going to be picking up an op, or at least dropping it for somebody. He has 6,500. I definitely feel now's about the time that we see the sniper come into play, and there it is. Op, full armor, smokes, all the works, really. Now this is going to be kind of a matter of trying to find out what SlaughterHouse's kind of default positions are going to be here. NERO Esports still kind of treating this one as a little bit of a bonus round. Corroded Beef is down to not the best money in the world, but everybody else has a decent amount in their pocket where they can buy up even if this is a complete whitewash for SlaughterHouse. Early fights over towards Banana and towards mid as well. Nice little left eye peek coming in from JJ allows him to not kill off Severe, but at least do heavy damage, force him to back up over towards Arch. Really good start for NERO Esports so far. Despite them losing a player, they have pretty heavy pressure on these players towards A. It's still far from a done deal. I mean, NERO Esports, even though they have that nice little HP thing going for them, they're still down a player. Ploki has been, unfortunately, I think, dismantled towards Banana. And SlaughterHouse are not going to give them a single chance to try to wring this one back. There is a player again situated towards Arch. He's probably going to be the most exposed of all these players. But, I mean, check out where Core and Reaper are playing on B. These are incredibly solid positions. Bomb not exactly deadied towards either part of this map just yet. But Maz will change that fact and bring it towards Banana to join the rest of his comrades. A double back over towards mid. So it's actually going to be an A push at the end of it. Not sure exactly what the information was for NERO Esports to try to default towards this. And maybe they realize maybe it's a bit too anticlimactic. They will adjust towards B. NERO Esports now have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Two players set up, and the first one goes down. The second one, Core, actually finds amazing damage. He's on 43 HP, but you would never be able to tell with the kills that he got. His teammate even chimes in on some of the action. J-Till goes down to Corroded Beef. And yeah, J-Till, I know, this is a demo. I'm not pretending this is a live game. I didn't get to cast this one live, but I have a contract with NERO Esports to cast all their matches. So yeah, I'm just going through all the demos at the moment. Good slow play by NERO Esports. J-Tail, I'm sure if you want to relive some good memories, you can go ahead and watch this. Continue, brother. The show must go on, right? Op actually brought out from JJ as well, which is interesting to me. Severe, even though he spots it, won't choose to take that fight. Reaper, however, does want to take a fight. I was wondering why his HP was just getting slaughtered down to half. But the SlaughterHouse is in full effect. He will go down almost immediately off the start of the round. J-Tail. Keep careful notes on Reaper because he's going to be meeting with the Grim Reaper after a play like that. Counter smoke will come in from Core, so they will hold on to that top Banana control. Cute little attempt at a nade stack towards top of Banana, however. Not going to find much of anything. A second kill will go the way of SlaughterHouse. But the trades are at least strong from NERO Esports. Beardo is about to have a very rough task on his hands if he were to stay in over towards Boiler. But he realizes not exactly the best chances in the world of being effective. So he will try to back out, go over towards apartments. But NERO are going the other side of A. Now an arch wrap. Through Moto they go, and Beardo is going to be ready for it, but can't exactly do much against the inevitable fall that is coming upon him. J-Tail overwhelmed on the site. Same story with Beardo, and Core is just left wondering what went wrong. 1v3. You know, not exactly a problem with how Core handled that at all. Don't get me wrong, the B defense was pretty solid from start to finish, although Reaper gave up that initial kill. You know, they dealt with it fine. They got their trades, but just a nice little wrap in from NERO Esports, able to find those initial kills. J-Till also mollied out as well. It was a huge deal. Oh, nice heads-up play by NERO Esports here. We'll give them their fourth round. Core just looking to hold on to that AK. I don't think an AWP is exactly like possible for him to grab at the moment, but that would be best case scenario anyway. Indeed, 4 rounds for NERO Esports. Again, if you're just hopping in, this is a demo. I am fully aware, but I just am contracted with my boys over at NERO Esports to cover every single one of their games, so I got to stick to it. As we head into number 6, you're going to be seeing a lot of pistols scatter the SlaughterHouse line. You still see Core with that AK that he managed to steal from that last round and get away with. He'll be situated over towards B, but a full stack over towards brackets is going to be probably the more interesting thing to pay attention to. This could actually be real lethal if they try to stick with it. J-Till. Although he's tagged down by the HE, will not be warded off. A flash comes through, and here comes a push in from SlaughterHouse here. But the SlaughterHouse is actually reversed onto them, isn't it? JJ finds 2 with a P250, showing him he can work a little bit better with those pistols. SlaughterHouse again try to contest, going in from different angles. They peek out from apartments, get 1 kill for their troubles, and a second is there on the trade. But SlaughterHouse, I think their reign ends right about here. It's going to be Core versus 3, and what is this? He's actually found 2! That's a bomb down as well, Maz. Now he's going to be left wondering what went wrong. The exact same position that Core was in just the round previously has completely flipped on its head. Saving that single AK was probably the biggest gift that they could have gotten. I can't quite believe it, to be honest. What a miracle. Core has not exactly the slightest clue where Maz would want to be peeking from. A dry peek feels so risky at this point, but, you know, high risk, high reward, I suppose. He gets it off in a 1v3. I'm pretty sure all of SlaughterHouse are gotten off as well. What a sick play from him. I cannot believe he managed to survive through coffins there, man. With only that AK picked up from that last round. Those 2 kills with the pistols towards mid were huge, but I didn't think it would be enough to actually convert the round. 2-4. HE, I figured would actually go in on Ploki. Speaking of Ploki, he's on a Deagle. Corroded Beef on that tech. A force buy scenario for the NERO Esports squad, and a healthy HE grenade to make Ploki's life even worse. Counter Molotov is in effect, however. So, you know, we'll stay fine. NERO Esports, they're still at this 5v5. There's a chance that they can maybe overrun. They had pretty decent success with their arch wrap last time around, but I think it's going to be a lot more difficult considering where Severe's position is, as well as where Beardo is positioned even more so. He can easily watch for anyone coming up over towards arch. There's that first shot from Severe coming through. He'll back off the angle, and there it is. Beardo comes alive with 2. Severe, again, I feel like a magician at the moment. I called exactly who's going to pop off and when. There it is, a double for each of them. And the NERO Esports push is completely negated. It's going to now require a 1v5. We've already seen a 1v3. How much harder can 2 more players be? The answer to that is going to be pretty insurmountable. An off angle from Reaper will spell the end of Ploki's life. And wow, I feel like a magician. I'll be seeing you guys on the casting desk, on the analyst desk for ESL Pro League. Severe and Beardo, I mean, I knew their positions were going to be strong, but it wasn't even necessarily like an arch wrap that they were trying to. It was just a straight up A split from NERO. Focus more so on Porsche than anything. Whatever. Not the best news in the world for the T side, but they aren't going to be completely depressed anyway. Maybe now they could be a bit more depressed. So many bullets being fired at mid, and again, Beardo and Severe fill up the kill feed. Now it's a 3K for Beardo and a second for Severe. Again, see you on the analyst desk, boys. Let's go. Really nice start for SlaughterHouse in these past couple of rounds. Yes, I know that these were against good players, even in that last round, where it was like that force-up scenario. There's a Deagle and a Tech 9 littered on NERO. But still, I mean, pretty decent results, I have to say. SlaughterHouse can definitely keep this up, but not if JJ gets involved. Of course, the JJ factor is something you always have to be aware of. He just sprays down 2 people through the smoke, trying to stave off any inevitable pushes from SlaughterHouse. Excuse me? Grimsby, you're going to do it as well? You're just jealous of JJ for all the kills through smoke that he got and said, hey, I want a piece of that as well. NERO Esports, they've gotten 3 kills, but they haven't had to see a single member of SlaughterHouse to be rewarded with that privilege. Save going to be on the cards for the CTs. Though they have money, SlaughterHouse. A 2v4 isn't exactly likely for them to win, so holding on to the AKs, maintaining their eco, and maybe dropping another AWP over to Severe if he even needs it. Probably just going to be their best bet. However, NERO will collapse and find the guns at the end of the day. Again, it's not the end of the world. SlaughterHouse losing those 2 guns at the end of it. Yeah, they did have a ton of util on their belt as well. Basically, those last 2 remaining players didn't have a chance to use it whatsoever, but they can easily rebuy for this coming round. And if they even have semi-decent results in this one, still losing it, they can probably get one more buy out of this for sure. 1900, they might be able to. Beardo for sure will. Into this next one we go. There's a bullet down into Grimsby's body. And on that note, an HE stack will come through towards the bottom of Banana. So just kind of going off of these timings, SlaughterHouse, they're finding good damage, at least at the beginning of this, but NERO is starting to exploit that and get a couple of free kills. Ploki actually found it there, but in the past, it was players like JJ. Really rough scenario for SlaughterHouse to be in. Very possible for them to adapt, don't get me wrong. It does become a little bit more difficult. Reaper, oh my god, this angle. This smoke actually works out perfectly. Grimsby now just has to hold on. Don't peek that angle and wait for a flash or something. Core has decided to rotate over, make it a 2-2 split for the CTs. Probably the best read they can do in this sort of scenario. There's a flash and a smoke over towards A just to try to sell a fake. Sell or rotate if they can. And I wouldn't believe it, but SlaughterHouse have actually fell for it. Core will double back though. Have enough time to get the Molotov down. Hold off the push. Here come the rotates in from SlaughterHouse. NERO Esports realize that they're kind of up against the clock here, so they need to push right into the site. But now, SlaughterHouse is the ones completely wrecking them. A 2v5, and they hold off so damn well. You would never be able to tell that they were on the back foot. It's corroded beef against 4, but I didn't even feel the need to mention that because I knew he had no chance in hell. 10 seconds roughly for him to get 4 kills, and yeah, the chances weren't looking great. What a sick hold from SlaughterHouse, though. I have to say, could only catch one person's POV there, but it was enough to realize that they're hitting some bangers of shots. Not enough flashes in from NERO, it felt like as well. I don't think like any of the players on the site itself are actually blinded. And so it will be more pistols for the NERO Esports side. Trying to get into the B-bomb site. Crackshot will be the first fatality. Or Grimsby. So go by their new alias now. I'm so used to Crackshot, man. Not really much to write home about this. NERO, if they can get bombed down, that'd be great. They have a flash and a molly to do it with. I mean, where does this molly even go out? Triple? Surely that's their best bet. SlaughterHouse have a hard read on this regardless. Or are they just gonna... What is Corroded planning on doing with this molly? I'm actually really interested. Whatever. We'll never find out. Everyone ruined at the B-bomb site. Kind of the expected result. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend that was an insane shutdown or anything. Just a nice little clean play. Rewards them with number 6, taking the lead, which is always a good sign. And for the scoreboard, it looks like Core is leading the charge at 12 kills. A little far away from everybody else on his team. A nice 3 frags above. Now, there it is again from SlaughterHouse. Early damage with those HEs. JJ and Ploki down to already about that halfway mark. Could matter a little bit in case things get dicey and SlaughterHouse have to toss out the pistols. Otherwise, they're all within that one-shot range of M4, basically. Really smoke in. Nail back. Reaper. I cannot even believe it. He found that first kill. I wasn't paying attention for half a second, and of course he sprays through at just the right angle. Yeah, SlaughterHouse, they don't have to even bother with this anymore. Back up to the site, let the fight come to them. I'll be happy with that lead. Probably going to retake top banana control. There it is. Reaper on the mark of that flash will go up. But the push is actually in over towards the opposite side of the map. NERO Esports, meanwhile, mid find 2 kills. Good start, but they still need to find J-Till, who can be a monster over towards pit. We've seen it before, and we might actually see it again in this round. He's hidden in this smoke here. They realize, NERO Esports, that maybe things are going a little bit awry. Eventually, they will spam him through and take him down. Reaper on 1 point of health. Don't die to the smoke, babe. Oh, my lord. If he got that first kill, there was a real decent chance, but not so much. Good round from NERO, mid-round adjustment, despite losing that player. First off, we'll just send it mid, and actually sold that fake relatively well. I mean, Reaper had to extend for top banana control there, and basically the timer worked out for NERO Esports just well enough, where as that was happening, those 2 players were kind of going for their set play. Try to retake top banana control. NERO Esports were already like pushing up brackets and taking that for themselves. So good little play from them. Not something that you can always rely on, because SlaughterHouse have now taken a much more aggressive stance. What we saw early on, just in that last round, is already coming back into effect. More early util usage from SlaughterHouse, I should mention as well. This time it's not finding any damage, which is of note, because there are 4 M4s. Core? Oh my god, is he just going to get flashed right in? This is so risky, but he doesn't find any info off of it. I'm at 6K bitrate. Why do you ask? I know they upped it to 8K. I might do that soon, but internet willing. Oh, it just got fiber? Yeah, 6,000 bitrate is pretty good. 8K is the max that Twitch can do at the moment. It used to be 6K, which is why I'm still stuck on it. But if you got fiber, first off, grats, dude. Anyway, heading into the latter part of this round, NERO losing that first kill. SlaughterHouse backing off of control. They aren't checking flower pots. Oh, that is a dire mistake for them, dude. They need to be checking that. NERO Esports are usually so good at it, too. I remember Crackshot, his calls ringing into my ear of, you know, check flower, check flower. And unfortunately, that's exactly what they died to. Letting them all pass. 2 kills is more than enough for what they need, really. Well, Corroded Beef and Grimsby will try to hold down B. And although they got that off on the pistol round, a 2v3 in the past, not going to have nearly the same amount of success. Good little play and nice retake in from SlaughterHouse. And Jesus, look at that site. It definitely is a SlaughterHouse. Corpses littering the site. Also, J-Tail, just curious, what are your speeds at the moment? Like, you're down and up. Because, like, the max in my area is 30 up, which is, like, so depressing. That's fiber? 20 down, 10 up? Oh, my God, dude. Well, if you're going to be streaming, I think 6K bitrate should be okay. You're paying 300? That is ridiculous, dude. What the hell? Dude, I pay 150 for about those same speeds. Ay. That sounds so nice. Well, I didn't feel like this round was all too notable. It's pistols versus rifles, and yeah, that's what pistols versus rifles look like. Quick little cleanup from SlaughterHouse once more. Pay 130 for 700. That is absurd. I'm so jealous of everybody who has fiber, dude. Well, yeah, man. If you can, stream at 8K bitrate. It looks so good. And yeah, Pine, this is the demo, because you're in here. I'm just covering the demos. I have been contacted and contracted as well from NERO to cover all their games, so I promise to go through all the demos as well, including all the pushes that SlaughterHouse are currently showing off right now, as going down going down mid aggro and finding a couple. Not the best results in the world, but I know they're trying to change up the pace, SlaughterHouse, so I respect it. You're in the lobby? Yeah. So, unless you, like, cloned yourself and there was a match that I wasn't aware of, pretty sure this is a demo. Fun fact, we only ever lost matches when Pine was coaching. That's not true. There's a couple of times, right? Like, I think your second match or something. I might be wrong. 8-7 at the half. Now, the magic of doing a demo is that you can just go ahead and, I would say, skip to when the next round begins, but it looks like I won't have to do that. We're fine. Not the worst half in the world from NERO Esports. I mean, 7 on the T side is pretty great. There were a couple of rounds. I mean, I felt like constantly SlaughterHouse had them on the ropes when it came to their eco. I'm trying to think how many pistol rounds that NERO were stuck on. All things considered, though, solid half. And into this next one, NERO. I don't know what to expect at all. Really passive play. Sending 3 down banana. God, I'm trying to think. When was the last time I've seen this? It feels like it's been months at this point. But I like it. It's a cute strat. Yeah, Pine, I pointed that out a little bit earlier. Not the fact that you call it, but that Crack usually calls that as well. Or Grimsby, I should say. Who, speaking of which, is actually holding in the happy angle. And wow, you have to be happy. Nice little tap right there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing a highlight reel play. No ace through the smoke partially. In fact, we're seeing a complete dismantling of NERO Esports in this pistol. They get a couple of kills, I guess, to stem the wound, but they're at another disadvantage. They won last time they were in this sort of scenario on a pistol, NERO, but there's no kit. Plus, now they're the ones who are going to be aggressing, attacking. There's that kit actually picked up from JJ, but he's going to have to face off against at least his first member. 2 more right behind him. Not a chance, man. Not a chance. Corroded Beef will just try to get a couple of highlight shots on his way out. But only 1 kill. 7-9. SlaughterHouse extend their lead a little bit further. Plokeet says, I don't want to remember what happened this game. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've been kind of slacking when it comes to actually covering the demos. Also partially busy, but, you know, think of me as your analyst, right? Spoilers. Look, if anybody is concerned about spoilers, I wouldn't even know what to tell them. Dude, I was really excited to watch this ESEA main game. What the hell, dude? SlaughterHouse. At least eat a bit of HE damage right off the back. Ploki said to watch him this round, so I'm going to keep an eye on him. He's 5-11, so I'm really hoping that I can see that extend to a 10-11 kill score. Let's keep an eye on the radar as well. A conga line formation from SlaughterHouse towards the A-bomb site. I do want to go ahead and switch to the action there, but I was told by Ploki to stay on his POV, so damn, you know, I'm a boy who listens. I'm going to stick on the Ploki POV here and hope that maybe he can surprise me. Pretty sure that's okay. I thought that was a smoke that he'd be holding, but, or a flash he'd be holding, but just a smoke to stave off on the inevitable. That shot, or that molly over towards triple actually missed. Ploki finds that first kill, and I'm starting to understand why Ploki wanted me to watch him. What a sick round from him. A quad, and he steals away from NERO Esports. I'm understanding a lot more now, Ploki. What the hell in the... I don't even understand. That third shot looked nasty, man. Or that second, excuse me. Don't get me wrong, the first one was pretty nasty as well. Oh, sick. Ploki said he didn't want to remember what happened this game, but... Look, I gotta say, man, he can't repress all these memories. Some sick moments. Glad I stayed on the Ploki POV. HE. Don't think that one connects unless they're like really, really deep banana. SlaughterHouse forcing up, I should mention. Same scenario as we saw them in previously. Grimsby Gotta be thanking your lucky stars that you didn't get one deked through the smoke right there. I feel like Reaper of all people could have done it. He's hit some nasty shots this game. Same story with Core. Selling the fake. Push will happen again elsewhere. SlaughterHouse actually haven't pushed out yet. They're waiting. They're going to be going for a balls pop, as Pinecone likes to lovingly refer it to, or refer it to as. JTL gets that initial shot on in, finds a kill, and he's just going in, man. No one's going to stop him at all, apparently, on the side of NERO Esports. That first kill was free. The second one apparently was even more free. SlaughterHouse, they overrun the site, get the bomb down in a wonderful position. Core at least goes down, but JTil, I think he has a little bit more to offer in this. NERO Esports just trying to find a couple of kills. They're really going to have to grind something out quickly if they want to have a chance of winning this one. They've evened things up, but JTil's still probably the biggest monster in the server to worry about. Nice little self-flash in. Beardo goes ahead and does it to his teammate, but JTil does not stop. A quad. And you know what? This is why I love those spoilers. I'm better than any observer can be when I'm just told by the players that, hey, I'm going to go insane this round. By the way, Ploki, thank you so much for the sub, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you for the primer. I hope you enjoy your little cat emotes. And I need to stream a little bit more in order to to actually be justified for that Twitch Prime. So thank you. But I have a lot more games from you guys that I'm going to be casting, so no fear. NERO Esports on the back foot. Just, okay, P90 action in from Core. Sure, we'll take this. I would have expected him to get demolished almost immediately, but alright, okay. Bringing out the matchmaking strats for this one. Loki saying he's tilted and molding after that. I don't blame you, man. Like, of all guns to die to, that is undeniably the worst. It's got to hold on to whatever you invested into this one, NERO. Their loss bonus is pretty dismal. Their money is going to be even more dismal. All things considered, I mean, holding on to these guns aren't half bad. JTil just reads JJ. Ruins his chances of a free kill. I can, like, hear the team speak at the moment. JTil, I feel like, yeah, okay, he's just going to do that. I was wondering if he was going to hit a jumping shot or not. Stupid, man. Beardo gets a first. JTil. There it is. He gets another. I love it. 11 rounds from SlaughterHouse. It does have to sting a little bit since NERO have been losing some of these rounds, or losing some of their guns, excuse me, even when they've given up the round. But as soon as they get rifles in their hands, I'm expecting a little bit more out of them. I know that NERO have it in them. They can't always expect players like Ploki to pop perfectly. Just trying to make that into alliteration, but I couldn't. NERO Esports going for the 5-stack mid, and Auto Director wanted to watch Banana for some reason instead. Sure, that sounds good to me. How is this collapse actually working, though? I don't exactly understand. They found 3 kills, or 2 kills off of it. They actually might be able to find number 3, too. Ploki, I think you spotted. Beardo? Apparently not. Pretty scary situation from SlaughterHouse, to be honest. They have a good read on it, though. They have Beardo just clearing out most of A, while his teammates are just holding on to banana control. This is a sick mid-round call, honestly, from SlaughterHouse. Considering the info that they have, they realize that trying to take various parts of the map, while Beardo is just kind of on a Lone Ranger mission. Unfortunately, he loses the fight to Ploki, and Ploki actually had a chance to trade out another kill there. Now we're on to even footing. NERO Esports, surely they don't get away with this one. Both players getting ready to gather up towards halls. No flash, but a smoke, a Molotov, and a wrong read from NERO. Oh no. They both went over towards B. They're going to be so depressed when they realize they've gone to the wrong side entirely. Smoke out towards Moto, and they're going to quickly realize, Oh, things have gone terribly wrong. With barely any time left on the clock, SlaughterHouse, they will get that bomb down. NERO Esports, they took the 50-50, but they bet on red. And unfortunately, SlaughterHouse hit black hard. Cleared out everything, but they got sweet timing on apps. I was wondering, like, because I think it was you. Yeah, no, it was you with the M4. You were in through alt mid, just walking around for a while. I'm surprised that they didn't, like, try to go out and kill you towards Balk or anything like that, or hear you at all. But hey, SlaughterHouse will take those. He'll take that one very convincingly towards the end of it. Reaper? How does... Wait, how does he die from there? What? He had full armor. Full armor, full HP. The bomb planted, it should only do like 70 from that range, shouldn't it? Whatever. Chalk that up to a mystery of life. SlaughterHouse are starting to run away with the game at this point. 4 rounds difference between the two. Early Banana, once again, going to be exposed. And SlaughterHouse, they have to work a little bit, just a little bit harder for it. There's initial nades, but they've backed off the angle relatively quickly. Back to the same setup that we saw in the pistol. Or default. Grimsby has to be real careful on how he peeks this, however. He eats that flashbang for dinner. And there might not be time for him to get a sweet, sweet dessert. Bit of a lull in the round. Maz. Playing what I like to lovingly call the pinecone position. Otherwise known as Balk. Another nice nade in. SlaughterHouse. They're just really grinding out so much map control. Like, look at this. They haven't really had to do much of anything. Obviously, they don't have any kills on top of it, yet they've taken so many vital parts. An arch wrap is going to be so free for them. That flash? Never mind. I thought they were going to flash up. This definitely reeks of a CT wrap at this point here. There it is. 2 players going right on through. J-Till will lead the charge in, but Grimsby will be first contact. Loses a fight that is vital. He needed that massively. Now Ploki's got to be left wondering what the hell he can do. That flashbang doesn't exactly do anything for him. And oh my god, it has come crumbling down. Maz against the world. And I think SlaughterHouse should be able to run away with this one. Oh, okay, thank you, Ploki. That makes a lot more sense. Maz left apps right as I got close to boiler. Jeez. That's rough. Good timing from SlaughterHouse, and a hell of a good read onto where Crackshot was playing under towards Balkan CT. I mean, I understand why they were checking for it. That smoke that went down towards Arch side basically kind of telegraphed, like, hey, they're going to be going CT. Don't worry, guys. But, you know... I mean, even if Grimsby got that first kill, what was he going to do? Can't exactly find a second. There's no place for him to realistically back off to other than, you know, trying to play closer to CT, which in that case he exposed himself to a ton of angles. Like, there was no easy option for NERO Esports once they got pinched like that. Things are going to look really, really rough for this coming round. More pistols on board. Ploki, right as we switch to him, gets the 1 dig. Ploki, are you sure you don't want us to watch you anymore? Because this is the second time I've switched to you and you've hit a banger of a shot. I hope you guys have clipped those moments because those are raw as hell to watch. If have a deagle, then go for it. Okay. That will be the new rule of Ploki, because there's still 2 more demos that I'm going to be watching after this one. Just so I'm all caught up on the NERO Esports games for this season. Okay, Ploki. I'll remember that. Subscribers get their wishes on when I will observe them. JJ. Apparently when he has a deagle as well, he's worth watching. Unfortunately, he flicks off the head, then flicks right back onto the head, and the time it takes to actually shoot that bullet. Nice pinch in from Beardew and the rest of SlaughterHouse. Gets them a nice little situated place onto the site. But NERO Esports, they have pistols, and yet they made it this close. It's a 2v1. Beardew, I still actually favor him winning this. But it could actually go either way. Beardew finds a first and gets number 2. That is why I favored him. The pistols versus the rifles, I mean, it's a story as old as time. And with that, 12 rounds, or 14 rounds. Why did I say 12? That's not even close. Words are hard. And numbers are even harder. Same old utility stack. Same old counterplay. SlaughterHouse don't exactly have to change up the playbook all too much to still find good results. In fact, at this point, basically sticking to the playbook would do well enough for them. NERO Esports finally will have some fight back and get a couple of duels going their way. But NERO Esports still definitely have a chance in this round here. They're moving so quickly. This change of pace is just very difficult to really do much of anything about. NERO Esports, I guess not. If they found one more kill and took that 3v2 in favor of them, obviously they would have went for it. But the fact that they don't makes them look so scared. They're going to just save their guns. Their money is non-existent, even though they have that full loss bonus in effect. They look scared, man. They really do. What does this mean for NERO Esports? I'm not quite sure. But it doesn't exactly send good omens. Possibly the last round of this game for NERO Esports here. The CT half has been pretty dismal for them. They got one round to their name. Otherwise, it has been all SlaughterHouse all the way. Yellow has filled the kill feed round after round after round. And despite some sick plays by SlaughterHouse to, hold on to this lead, pretty much the only thing that ever worked out for NERO in this entire CT half was off the back of a sick 4K from Ploki. The fundamentals from NERO Esports have been so strong for at least the beginning of this season from NERO, so it hurts to see them struggling at the moment. But let's not count them out yet. There's still a chance for a comeback. 7 in a row is what they'll need to get there. And that's just to bring it to OT. But look, I'm not going to lie. I have the spoilers here. I don't see it happening. Good info taken from SlaughterHouse. Again, they're just like the info that they're able to get right off the bat is huge. Pretty much apartments almost completely belongs to them at this point. They back off of it. Instead, double back towards Banana, where NERO Esports are again forced to expend more of their utility just to stay at this neutral sort of position. But it's starting to run out. Take a gander at the left side of your scoreboard. Or the left side of your screen, excuse me. NERO Esports, they have 2 smokes. And yeah, they have a couple of flashes. No mollies, no HEs or anything to stave off the inevitable push that's coming in from SlaughterHouse. And there it is. It's coming straight in. NERO Esports need to win some of these fights, and they do. Grimsby wins the first here, but SlaughterHouse have not given up yet. They're still pushing in over towards the site, and Ploki nearly loses their life. Luckily, Grimsby is going to be able to bail them out. The bomb needs to get planted now. Ploki pushes through the smoke right into his own demise. There is a collapse again from NERO Esports, but they're fighting tooth and nail just to stay in this severe against 3, and it's going to require a massive play to stay in it, but it's not going to happen. NERO Esports, let's be honest here, it's a bit of a clown fiesta of a round, but it's theirs. That sort of thing that spikes your blood pressure, excuse me, and has me stumbling over my words. My tongue just don't even know what to say. At least I get it. I mean, it feels way too close for comfort. SlaughterHouse maybe just need to regain their composure. But hey, if a comeback ever were to happen, now's the time to do it. Severe. Probably going to make things even better for the NERO Esports side. Good read by, I'm not sure if that was Grimsby or Ploki who said to toss an HE towards logs, but, you know, I'm sure they both have big brains in their own respect. Ploki subscribed to me. That means that he has a very massive noggin. SlaughterHouse with a player down. Again, we'll extend for more apps control. Beardo, I love this position that he's currently in. He can just kind of sit on this for a while. His teammates can work for brackets, and as soon as these smokes dissipate, just pop in right behind it. You can probably find a free kill over towards Moto. JJ is watching, however. That angle is perfect. Free kill for him, and an even more favorable situation for the NERO Esports side as they look to get on double digits. The dreams, the possibility of them winning becomes a little bit more possible. But of course, as I say that, the Caster's curse still comes true even in the demos. And SlaughterHouse pull up with 2 as NERO Esports go for a couple of pushes while looking for a little bit more map info. I understand what Maz was going for there. I think he was just trying to avoid any opportunity of like 3 players stacking up towards halls or something like that. SlaughterHouse, chill on the kills for a second. I really kind of felt like NERO Esports were going to win this round, but they just convert a 3v5 into a 1v3. Sounds about right. Grimsby. Gotta go for this. I mean, no chance otherwise. At least he gets that first kill, but time is really starting to tick off the clock, excuse me. And that'll be it. Wow. SlaughterHouse. What the hell was that mid-round conversion? I don't have the slightest clue, to be completely honest. That was such a sick collapse from them. Finding those 2 kills right off the bat. Punishing aggression from the CTs. It's honestly wonderful. Not what you want if you're a fan of NERO, don't get me wrong, but you can be happy with that. That pretty much does it for this game, however. NERO Esports obviously going to be looking to work on their CT side of Inferno, but SlaughterHouse had some sick mid-round calls on their T side where, honestly, I think a lot of it kind of goes over towards how they played it. Sure, NERO made mistakes, but it's just that SlaughterHouse looks so damn good on their T side. Lots of respect. We're not done yet, however. There's going to be 2 more games that I'm going to be covering, both demos as well. Just so we can get caught up with the NERO Esports season. I'm going to be taking a short break just so I can rest my voice, have some water, and also update the overlays. But we'll be right back in probably like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere.